Hello, everyone. This is Nikken Choice Living a Better Way. And we're the individuals that you'll meet today. So far, the six of us at the current moment are all independent distributors for a company called Nikken. It is a Japanese research and development company which was developed in 1975 in Japan by a gentleman who wanted to create a business that would bring him adequate income to take care of his family. And he took what he understood at the time in the product line, in the way of having a product to put in the marketplace, and put together some ancient knowledge having to do with energy and health. And they put that together with manufacturing and awareness things that were available then because of how our different industries had developed and enlarged to deal with space age concerns. And out of that came Nikken. And that's the product line that we would like you to know about and how you can make an actual business handling the products from the company. The company does all the work as far as the opening the business, having the products, storing them, shipping them, paying everybody, getting paid. And our job is to let you know that this opportunity is there and let you know why we're excited about it. First slide, my lovely coordinate, Randy Rolfe, is being so kind to record this for us and also is handling the slides for me. Because at the current moment of technology, I have a way to talk to you all and share with you via the Zoom, but my little component doesn't allow me to have slides and record. So this is, again, a part of what our business is about. We are not a corporate entity as you go in, or we're not a sales team assigned different areas. We're a group of people that came together as entrepreneurs. As entrepreneurs, we found Nikken as a product line. And that's what we want to tell you about. Right at the moment, slides don't seem to be coming up for me. So we have a technical glitch, but that's all right. Because basically the slides are wonderful to keep us on track. And you can go back and freeze the page and look at the slides and see, what did they say? What did they say about that? And so you can actually read them. But what we tell you is what we come from our hearts and our own personal living experience. Something that you won't get off Amazon. You won't get out of Sharper Image. You won't get the information that we have on how the products, when we used them, when we bought them, and why, made a difference in our lives. And out of that, we became aware how to take help our families, help on the basic pillars of, as you see, a better life, to live it in balance. Because from the very beginning of the business that was put out there, it was to research, to be aware that in life there was more than just money. There was your family, there was your society, there was your physical health, there was your spiritual world, a whole series of specifically in a pillar to keep things in balance. And to put that with active wellness, both for all those areas. And as I have said, we're each individuals. So as we've used them in our personal lives, this is what you get that is so unique about Nikken. One of the new unique things. You get the unique thing that the people who have used the products have found them effective in certain ways can tell you that that's what happened to them. And you can go, well, I've got this, like for myself, I have this chronic allergy that I've lived with all my life. I sneeze my head off, but not just one time of the year, but through all 12 months. But so get along, live with it. Well, with Nikken's product line and making adjustments, I found that I didn't sneeze as much. I didn't have as much runny nose. I didn't have as much trouble with bronchitis uh, just by using an external product. It's not something I pill or things I take. So this is why I looked at this as a business.
Excuse me, Hattiejane, do you see the slides now?
Yes, ma'am. It's a new definition for success is up.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. I didn't know.
I'm ready to go down to the quadrants. Thank you. And so as we make different choices every day, we can really build toward a very our own personal feeling of success and effectiveness. Or we can continue on the same thing and be pretty normal, live along the right. Or things can happen and really take us down and out and down and low, and we're fighting anything and everything to survive. And the reason is because in the economics of our world, which is the next slide, it shows, and I'll just be brief on this because it can get kind of intense. It's basically how can you improve, how can you deal with your finances so they're better in balance and possibly more successful via your work function, which is why as business builders, we're very interested in you taking a look at this. And I'd like for you to stop the slide for yourself on your screen and take a look at it. Next slide. Because for me to go into explaining each and every one, it's going to take your time. And there's so much more we want to tell you about. So our next slide goes into actually how that you can see that came away. And so it could be a life in balance. And so you can see this one is talking about the fact of how the work perception is changing and how we can put it down into the fact we want to work on a temporary basis or on small increments of time until we want them to be longer. We're not forced into doing something for a specific time in order to have accomplished. It depends on our own personal choices. Next. And it shows that things have come up in the business world that you're aware of. GM, Uber, that's that little thing's taxi now. It's changed. Take a look at that slide and see how the business has changed and the money they make. And then Amazon and Walmart. And Amazon, as you know, has made tremendous difference in the way we do business and the way we buy. And Walmart's still great and is still there. But look at the difference in how the growth is. And that's why we feel Nikken is situated perfectly for us as business people to really help our financial stability. And that's why I spoke about us being collaborative entrepreneurs. And my Nikken's an advantage. It's easy to integrate, it's a low cost of entry, turnkey, with people who have been there doing that, love doing this stuff, and want others folks to know and be successful. And so it makes it a perfect gig, which means that your retirement plan depends on what you make, not what you expect to get from somebody else's built-in plan that you're going to be shortchanging yourself for an extended period of time until you perhaps get there. And on the next slide, you see we compound because as I'm here and Randy's here and other people are here, we kind of all together, you say, well, all those people, let's take that as, and then, and sharing with others and helping live a life in balance, they start adding up more and more what they want for their lives and the increased health, increased wealth, and then we leverage each other, just like this little recording. Thank you. Next. So this is why we're talking, this is a business thing. And I want to get to those marvelous products that we have, because it's the products that make the business possible. It takes a technology from the current age and it applies it to ancient wisdom, and the darn stuff works. I say darn stuff because I come from a medical background. I've been in nursing for umpteen years and dearly loved it, but am not an administrator and have a short-term memory deficit that wasn't all that great to start with. So we're to retire into how to keep my income, how to improve my financial needs, how to enjoy life. Well, Nikken came along and was great. I joined it. I share, I promote, because it's just such a neat business and it's such a neat product line. I can introduce products and they can go off and find ways to use it for themselves and their health improves. It is so exciting. And so Nikken ships the products, does all the tough stuff, no need for inventory, no need for warehousing. They do the research and development, and you can count on them. Over 20 years, I'm living proof. And Nikken rewards us by having wonderful little ways in which we can get extra commission, special offers, bonuses throughout the entire aspect that makes the living of sharing Nikken extremely pleasant. Next. And the people you meet, you'll just find you just surprised. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. They look like they have everything, but they don't quite. Somebody in the family needs a little bit different, needs some things, and there was no way to make a change until we came along. So the initial setup, the monthly support, the upgrades, additional users, product innovations. Stop the slide and read on it and see what it says so you can follow up on that. And the next slide, we talk about the purpose-driven, because the business is built so that you do not make the big money unless you have helped other individuals who have decided to join you in the business to make more money, make more move more products, to get to meet people that you never might have known, to know people who they might never know, and it reaches out to more and more people. But it's built in so you do it with a business model as opposed to having that the latest gimmick. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is business. And it is wonderful because you're not in the corporate world, which is a contest to see who's better than somebody else. You can be better than somebody else. You can be worse than somebody else. But your people that you work with can be better than you. And your money looks very good. And theirs looks great. And you can always if you haven't gotten to that level yourself or beyond them, look at it and see what else you want to change. And join the tall group. Next. So they have these different levels that they reach, because when you reach, you are able to receive the profit when you sign on as a distributor. But when you reach what we call a silver level, which means that there are a number of people that you've helped, and you reach a certain amount of money in a specific time, then you get to have an additional percentage of that profit that you can make. And you can get a percentage of what other folks are making. So you can see an apple is so delicious. They have basically so many seeds in an apple. But how many trees are in that seed? How many orchards can be grown from that seed? We don't know. I don't know. But I plan on having a big orchard one day. I surely do. Next. And that's where this slide comes in. I won't go into the numbers because definitely numbers are not my forte. Basically, it shows that if you have so many people that want to work with you and you're working with them, you're helping them, they can reach out the same, others reach out the same, and it just gathers. And by the time you're reaching so many people, you are affecting directly the lives of people. You are acutely aware of your planet you're living on and what is it about it that's good for your health. And because you reach that higher number of people, you're making more money, a lot more. Next. So along with making the money, you have a lot of lifestyle picks. First, you had the profits, I said. You have cash bonuses that are in there. And you have lifestyle. At one time, it was paying off the car, brand new car, or paying off the house. Now, it's like giving you the money up front so you can go pay off what you want. And the personal rebates, the group overrides, these are all the things that the company has built in. There are no secrets in here. It's the way that they reward us and you, hopefully, we can join us, that it brings you that help those pillars to stay balanced and really develop good, strong roots. And so therefore we call it a Nikken Wellness Home as kind of where to focus the word, where to focus where these products can live. Because you have the health facts for what we call the body burden. In other words, you're born and you start breathing. God willing, you stick around. And then what impacts that, that health? Well, stress, sleep, air, and water are some of the elements that when we're born, we inherit or we earn, and they're ours. And this is some of the things that Nikken addresses with their product line to make it a higher quality for your health. Next. And the trends I'm going to pass on, I'm going to leave it here for a few seconds so you can pause it, because it talks about how things are changing and how kind of really seriously things are changing in the way we take care of our health, how our health is affecting what changes we may need to be acutely aware of. So what's the answer? Well, we take personal responsibility through self-care. That does not mean kicking your doctor out the door. It means that there are things that you can be healthier by choice, and therefore the chances are much, much slimmer that it won't be so, you won't have a disaster situation, and that it's an active process. And this is when Nikken really comes into the picture, because with the product, as I mentioned earlier, I had allergies, a sneeze in my head off. And through that, I could become aware of what triggers were there, and I could release the pressure I had that was dealing with the symptoms. I could deal with the cause. And so that way we feel that the wellness home is like a greenhouse. My home has been a wellness home for a couple of years now, more than one. And so therefore, how I sleep, how I drink, the water, the essential water that's essential to life, how I breathe, how I use different individual products to promote my mobility and my comfort, how I help my body repair when it's had its own problems. So we feel, a wellness home truly pictures all that Nikken has to offer and all these little components and overlaying. And at the same time, it offers the business opportunity as you develop your wellness home and become aware of how important these items are and why what Nikken has to offer offers something slightly different. So it's a pathway to active wellness. And yes, those products are there, and we'll mention them by name in a few minutes. Next. Now, here we come in. And one of my fellow entrepreneurs, Karen Johns, who's currently out in Denver. Randy, who you see, is in Pennsylvania, I think. No, he looks like you're in California, maybe. And I'm in Virginia. And someone else is in Chicago. So we come together in this marvelous platform from coming all over the world through the internet. And if you see up on the right corner of the screen, you see what appears to be a pair of hands holding up a house. Well, the house refers to the wellness home. However, the hands are truly the hand of one person and the hand of another overlapping to hold up the wellness of the world. And so therefore it is truly from the very beginning and throughout now and will be a collaborative opportunity of folks marketing these marvelous products. on nutrition, energy, water, sleep. They're the basics. We have a few other odds and ends that we have in our product line. In fact, quite a few more. But these are addressed to the basic area. And Johns, could you speak to how nutrition, energy, and water and sleep have affected you and your story?
Unmute there. Excuse me. And I apologize for the birds that are outside, but I'm grounding myself and getting vitamin D as I do the webinar. I love the nutritionals. I start my morning off with the jade greens, and then I do the KVB shake, and it pretty much satisfies me most of the morning, and it's curbed my cravings for sugar. It's also been kind of a lifesaver. In 2016, I lost my husband unexpectedly, and my mentor, Vance Rogers, who is an amazing person as well, kept encouraging me to at least drink the KVB every morning. I wasn't eating, I wasn't doing anything. I was really devastated. And I continued to drink that every morning so I would have good nutrition in my body. And through that process, I released over 40 pounds. And it's given me energy, and I continue to do that. And I'm trying to continue to release the weight. And I do the vitamins as well. And I love the water. I can't go anywhere without the water. I have my water bottle with me all the time. And my husband, he traveled a lot, and he would always have his water bottle with him and shared it with all of the people that he would come across in his travels. And I don't know, am I forgetting any of the nutritions?
How about your energies and sleep? Have you found those helpful?
Yes, it has given me more energy. I do sleep a lot better on the sleep topper. And then again, the grounding has been amazing. I'm in Denver in my uncle's Victorian home, which was built in 1886. I don't have any grounded outlets, so that's why I'm outside with my feet on the ground. I'm unable to use our new product, but I've been loaning it out to customers and prospects, and they have found amazing results with it as well.
Like what?
Just more energy, sleeping better, not having to get up in the middle of the night, less tossing and turning.
And the insoles, have you been wearing those?
Yes, when I have shoes in, I have the soles. If not, I have the back flex in. And
those are magnetic, right?
Correct. And we have a patented technology that where we have the reverse polarities going together on a magnet. So it's giving off more Gauss strength, and we have this awesome little power chip. And it can show how we've got, if I can get it in my camera. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I had it in my pocket.
Good.
So we've got can you see that?
Yeah.
It's floating, it's the reverse polarities, and then when we put it together, it's giving us more Gauss filled and giving us more strength and energy. And it's something I always carry in my pocket. I have a bulging disc, and I just keep it in my pocket for preventative, as I don't want to ever have my pain that I experienced when my bulging disc hit my spine, my sciatic nerve, and it was so painful.
Oh, yes.
I do a lot of this just to prevent things from happening. I don't want to find out.
You didn't have surgery yet on that bulging disc.
No, I did have a cortisone shot, which has lasted 3 years now. So, and then just using the magnets and the product. So, praise God.
Cortisone doesn't last that long.
I don't have to have any surgery.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what age were you when Nikken came into your life?
Oh, goodness. It was about 5 years ago, so it's probably just 49, 50. Though I had a coworker, Steve Crowfoot, I worked with him at the telephone company, and he had been dripping on me with he had his water filtration system there at work, and kept encouraging coworkers to try the water. And after many years, I finally went to one of his presentations, and I started out with just 2 water bottles. And after drinking from just a water bottle every day for a month, we decided to get the waterfall so we could have more easy access to the good water. And from there, just...
Why did that, what drinking just out of that reusable patent bottle make a difference from the other waters you've been drinking that you would invest in a bigger product?
It tastes better. It had a better taste. I will not buy bottled water, and our municipal water just had a different taste to it. And we would have people come over and try and guess what. We'd put tap water and bottled water in different glasses, have them try and see if they could determine the difference, and everybody could always determine the difference. And even my dog and my cats, they love the water. They won't drink regular water. So it affects animals as well.
So therefore, you're all getting better hydrated.
Yes.
You've got more water staying in your system.
Yes.
And have you noticed differences on your skin? Is it a little less dry?
Well, here in Colorado, I'm up a little higher in elevation, so it is pretty dry, but I have noticed a difference. I've just recently installed the shower head, and I love how the water fills out of the shower and how it cleans my hair and gets, it's like having it's hard to explain the water bubbles. It's bubbly and it just feels good on your skin. It absorbs better and into your skin, and it cleans, it washes everything off of your skin when you're bathing.
It's great for your plants too.
Yes, it is. I do have a few plants that won't live without the water.
Fantastic. Oh, Carol Johns, thank you so much for joining us. And Randy will post this, and so you can have for your friends and folks that you're talking to. And I hope that, and here's a wonderful slide coming up here, talking about the different systems that specifically Nikken has addressed. It's not out for the latest gizmo, it's out to how to promote our total system in a wellness state. And so it's looked at things all over the world, it is not chemical. It's based on food, and it's based on the proper balance of what the food is blended in a vegetable capsule, and it is also kosher cleared. I know there's a better way to say that, but that's what came up. Now, the packs that come up on this slide have been put together by the company specifically so you can save money if you want to get the full water component, the full sleep component, the full individual items that we talk about specifically toward energy. And so it has on the side what the customer benefits financially and how our consultants can benefit financially. So we like being open and transparent. So stop it, take a look, see how much money you can save, and come join us. Try it out. It really is hard to describe how things affect you because our electromagnetic field in our bodies. Yes, ma'am? Carol John?
Oh, did I not mute myself? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
My dog.
Welcome to our world. This is good. This is Nikken.
My dog's chasing the squirrels in the yard. Sorry. I thought I hit mute.
You're doing great. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something. Because when we put the products on, we hear other people talking about things. And when they say, yeah, right, really? Well, let me try something. And when you have a subtle shift in your health, you go, I'll be damned. Excuse the language. And you start to explore. And that for me as a nurse still grabs me, because being able to be active, whatever level, with wellness and focusing on living a life in balance, to me as a nurse is the ultimate health education that I can afford people. Thank you. And I got it again. Rolfe and Boeing. Thank you, Randy.
Oh, you're welcome. Great job. I will end the recording.